Thrust.
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 The thrust of the Theopoetics conversation is such that we want to honor the kind of knowing that happens in the body.
You can't say that that makes him not a child. And it's the thrust of that argument, really, that we're trying to present to courts and policymakers.
And the thrust of the book, if I can grossly oversimplify it, is to say, look at our constitutional structure, and look at the Republican values that give rise to our Constitution, and now look at what we've got.
The thrust of their methodology is about evidence-based learning. It's about problem solving. It's not memorizing facts. It's not rote anything.
Of living computation.
So the thrust of our conversation will be about your writing and your writing process, but given the season and given this is post the day following the third debate, we really can't avoid the topics.
Checked science about exactly what's happening and why. But the thrust of the book is politics and economics.
And that's really the thrust of the content of my book, which is that the world we live in is an illusion.
But the thrust of the allegations here are for breach of contract, asserting that FaZe Clan has breached the contract and therefore Tfue is free to work with somebody else. A lot of people have pointed out how, quote, unfair.
You can slightly see through the paint. But the main thrust of the action is, of course, the wagon going through the countryside. And it's a quiet, relaxing, gentle scene that really shook the landscape painting world. So I hope you enjoyed this talk, and I hope you might be able to visit the National Gallery soon. Thank you very much.
The main thrust of the programme is actually a weekly session with The Prof, your animated sleep expert.
A summary of the main thrust of what I've been arguing.
The main thrust of your point is absolutely accurate, right? I mean, the qualities of the businesses that...
Thrust of it is that the role of government, fiscal and monetary policy...
The main thrust of what I'd like to talk to you. It's clear that the hotspots for emerging diseases are often hotspots for civil conflict. And what